So like when you're at a restaurant, you're paying for the for the ambiance that they paid for the staff, for the plate, let alone the food on the plate. So there's all those layers, and it's the same with farming.
Great analogy.
That's why our food costs what it costs these days when we go to the farmer's market, is because that farmer and most farmers are renting land, most farmland. And I have different friends that are in the industry from the standpoint that they work for companies that buy farmland and rent it
Hmm.
out
Hmm.
because it's better economically for them. I've heard many times that it's better for the farmer economically to rent than to own. But that cost does come back to us. We have to understand that.
Yeah, I mean, such a good analogy to talk about like a restaurant and a farm. I think they are very similar and there are so many layers. I mean, it starts with, okay, first you get your land, then you have to make sure you have the water, then you have to have all the equipment to plant. You have to buy seeds, you have to buy transplants, you have to have labor. And let's just say, I mean, that's a huge piece. Like labor in not just in California, for anyone, any farming, they
Yeah.
need insurance. They need workman's comp. They need to be paid properly. And this is a big debate. And we've learned this really upfront. There's a lot of conversations in regenerative farming that sets it apart from organic farming about the human part of this, about paying farmers what they call a living wage. Have been shot down for using those two words together because the concern people have or the issue that people have is if you're to pay a farmer a living wage, then it's beyond minimum wage. Who eats that? Meaning, who's compensating for that person to be paid well? Is it the person who owns the farm and the laborer is, is that who does it? Is it the eaters that are enjoying the food? Um, or do farmers just not get paid as well? And so we're not distributing that well, and it's not going to be easy. I mean, it's not an easy solution or an easy formula, I should say, but it's something that regenerative farming really, the regenerative certified farming is really looking at closely. And when you think about a living wage in California versus other parts of the country, I mean, it's not unique just to farmers.
Yeah.
It's a genuine issue.
So for context, for people who are listening right now in California, the minimum wage is around $16 and it's about to go up again. San Diego just passed a bill the other day that's going to force all hospitality industry businesses to start paying a minimum wage of $25. So it's very interesting, the analogies that are happening within the farming industry and the hospitality industry, which is all going to affect all of us on how we like to socialize and how we like to eat and how we like to play, whether you're in the state of California or elsewhere, because California has a tendency, if you look at history over the past 100 years, is we set the tone for things that are going to roll out in the rest of the state.
That's right.
So buyer beware. Like, we can't have blinders on